Welcome to another special edition. Go Canada, go in the Olympics. We already made it past the stairs and you know where we are. It is 3:06. And we are another vlog, long vlogs, marching vlogs, workout training, exercising. We're gonna let LET, that may now. We're gonna begin with gratitude and I'm gonna say some salutations. LOV to the firefighters, especially LOV to the firefighters out west. In that Jasper, Alberta, with the firefighters, Dragon love you. LOV, come here. We're gonna offer you some massage therapy sessions, some feet washings right here in Beaver Lake. If you come, transport and finance that public-private partnership. Grateful, thankful, my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. And we're gonna zigzag as we always do. Zigzag in the forest on the mountain, and this is the main road. This is the main road right here, the main road. So we're gonna take it on the left, on the right, the main road where you see people, and I go deep in the forest. And sometimes I like to take these snakes, and I just LOVEE to come here. Gotta commence with my gratitude. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and ain't got many subscribers on the YouTube, and I'm working with a laptop, believe it or not, for many, many years. 3.5 years plus, about 45 months since I had this laptop. I bought it during COVID, about 2021, survived COVID. When I had COVID, it was like death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease, and in many ways, I did die being reborn, but officially, ain't got that money to change my name. But Adrian Hanna Dragon, HAD, Adrian Hanna Dragon, ADRAN, HNH, DRAGON, Rainbow Dragon, nobody born a dragon, not even myself. Took some losing, about 80 pounds, and working out, training, and exercising, and my fitness journey always commences today. And you know, I'm grateful because it was stormy, dark, black, gray clouds, and now the sun's shining, so I was a bit moody, but now when the sun, my Pope the King, shines and encourage all to work out, train, exercise, and I met somebody along the way. I got a hug, I got a HUG. Hug like you never hugged before is the main message, and if you come here, please do not pollute. See, we can go through different trails. We can go east, west, north, south. This is the main road. If you come here, please do not pollute. And here you got a trail. You got different trails here, so you can go inside and just be careful where you step. When you got snakes, the snakes are actually the trails. So you can go to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, roundabout, Big Montreal, Mount Royal. Mount Royal. The mountain, on the mountain. On the mountain, Mount Royal on Hawk Island, HAWK. North Americans Unite. And go Canada, go. We commencing that. Olympics, and you know, I'm an independent fitness captain, and please do not pollute if you come here. Do not pollute. Do not leave trash that looks like somebody did a little bit of extra, a little bit of food. If you do eat, please pick up after yourselves and watch the trails. Here we got a trail blockage because of the trees that fell. Be careful if you hear cracking, look up and move. If you hear cracking, look up and move. If you hear cracking, look up and move. And you got some mushrooms. You got some mushrooms here and there. And you got this mountain, Hawk Island, Montreal, Metropolis, North Americans Unite. Firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. Hey, somebody changing some smelly diapers. LOV to our daycare workers. Firefighters, especially in Alberta, go Jasper, go. I'm going to circumvent because there's a little spider here. So there's a spider web actually. I will not hold it to the goddess, so I will circumvent and go back because there's a spider web right there and I don't want to disturb it. The spider web, holy goddess, Jodi says, I say goddess, are holy and I love spiders. So I'm just going to go by the side here and go up by the side because I do not want to disturb at all the spider. So I'm just going to have to make an effort because here you see these trees fell during the storms and that's a trail. See, these are shorter trails. You got different trails. You got the main road, which is that big road where lots of cyclists go. So if you come here after some rain, you got to be careful. You know, after some rain. You always got to be on that careful. So after some rain, you got to be on that careful. So you got to be available and make it on the XYZ to do XYZ. And, you know, we got to do on the drills. And I got to be working out, training, exercising here. And we all got to get a little bit of that exercising together. So I just gotta tie my shoelaces a little bit and get a little bit of hydration with it. But I mean, we're gonna go get the hydration and salute my Pope the King, the Sun. Bury me with Papa Crowley, 93 up in New Jersey. Rock and roll for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. Somebody gotta love them, you know. And, I'm joyous now. Joyous. Financially stressed. Somebody asked, how you doing? I said, financially stressed. I'm financially stressed. I said, I'm financially stressed. And he laughed. He said, thank you for your honesty. But, got Asperger's. So the thing with Aspies, we have a little bit of tendencies to, if we don't feel that great, and somebody asks, we will say, many Aspies, the majority of Aspies. And if we have some stress, whatever it is, we will discuss it. And right now, for the past 42 months, it's been financial, but also in the past 3 years and a half, I've been, of course, accepted that I have Asperger's, and it's not a mental illness, it is a neurological divergent condition, and I got to try to go to the top, if you go to the top, here by this side and the sun shining, because I don't want to get caught in a storm or raining, because this is my only work tool, so I got to be looking for the trees, and I gotta be careful to try to get covered, because I know where the cover is. So anyways, back to Asperger's again. Being an Aspie is not a mental illness. Asperger's is not a mental illness. It is a neurological divergent mental psychic condition. So Asperger's again is a neurological mental divergent psychic condition. Asperger's is not a mental illness. It is a neurological mental divergent condition, and makes me predisposed to obsessive interests, such as, of course, fitness. Here we go on the main road again. Fitness, mine are fitness, geopolitics. Those are my obsessive interests. A little bit of yellow flowers, I just love yellow flowers. So geopolitics, fitness, and fitness, sports. Go Canada, go Jasper, and those are my obsessive interests. And I always got to stay on the right side here, because if there's cyclists and there's storms, and I guess sometimes I get stuff in my eye, right out an eye a little bit of dirt, dust, dust, nothing that I want to go back to. I've been surviving and COVID, and I've been depressed, suicidal, got out of depression, and my working out, training, and exercising gotta do it for me. I gotta be LOV, thinking about the truckers, thinking about the farmers, thinking about the butchers, salutation with them, because civilization is a privilege, and of course we gotta go on the drill, and they gotta get it on the go, and even gotta sing and salute security forces, NATO, NORAD, the armed troops, somebody gotta sing it, LOV, and support the Dragon Army Initiative, and we gotta get it on the right here where we go. We gotta take it on the drill, man. So I gotta give a little bit of rock and roll. Somebody getting a little bit of that rock and roll, and I rock and roll 24/7 with it, and he's gotta give me some of those salutations. I rock and roll. Just hear my citizen there with a little bit of rock and roll, and he's getting on that rock and roll on the bike, and he's hopping, and I rock and roll 24/7 for the greatest person that I know, my anonymous sister friend who deserves to be 7 times richer than Oprah. 7 after 6 comes 7 before 8, and I gotta watch for the children. The children are happy. I'm happy. The children are happy. The children are happy. I'm happy. Yeah. The children are happy. I'm happy. Yeah. Children passing is good for them. Get a little bit of nature, and they're here in the joyous, so brings me joy. You gotta go change some diapers if you're gonna put on a uniform. That's Dragon Army protocol, For my brother Bill Blair, NATO, Jen Stoltenberg, NORAD, NATO, support the public-private partnership, Dragon Army Initiative. You gotta go change some diapers or read some children's books. Fighting coast to coast, we're gonna play that defense. like the hardball ball, black, aka blackout ball, blackout ball, and gonna play defense, defense, across NORAD NATO complex, across what I call the Collective North American Civilisation. So that's gonna be a new protocol. It's gonna carry a weapon for defense and security. You gotta go change some diapers, baby, before is those children happy. And when I came here, I saw some couples just holding hands and kissing, and that gave me hope. It's not all about the money. Wall Street, give some charity, and I'm $10,500 in debt, but I got the DRT, debt refusion too, as the solution, the only solution. And I've been cursed with Asperger's, but that is the only solution that, of course, can be implemented at this point in time. I gotta say, the curse of Asperger's has made me predisposed to obsessive interests, and sometimes I use too much fancy, sophisticated academic, philosophical verbosities, and that's another symptom of Asperger's. Or we have the tendency to get too close to people in conversation, or cut off people, or say something over them. And again, I gotta think of my friend, individual, anonymous friend, who tolerated yours truly for the past years. And if I make $1 million, gonna give her half. Deserves to be 7 times the number after 6 before 8. 7 times richer than Oprah, 7 times richer than Beyonce, 7 times richer than Kim K. So I asked already marriage, but gonna ask again, gotta get some money for that ring. So he's Dragon versus Trump, fight me Donald Trump. 11 million Donald versus Dragon versus Trump. We're gonna play that Rainbow Dragon. And I am androgynous, but I was born in the USA 3 times. Twice was born as a man, once as a woman. You get that 50-50 now, and getting that 50-50. We got North America, Canada, North Americans unite, and I'm a democratic Republican. I'm a pro-labor and labor centrist, so labor and love, because it's not all about fighting. Sometimes it's about loving, It's not all about fighting. Sometimes it's about loving, Sometimes it's about loving, and I love LOV, my anonymous friend, sister friend, and it deserves to be a lot rich. And I'm financially struggling. If I know somebody who can fight in the cause of freedom, although got FREEDOM tattooed on my arm, very few people are. So I can ask again in an open BDSM switch. Maybe cuckold marriage, maybe cuckold marriage. I could do XYZ, side to side, whatever. Make LOV hug, and sometimes you gotta get serious, and those firefighters in Jaspers, LOVE, make them some good loving to the truckers, and getting a little bit of XYZ, and gotta go get them me hydration, and see they're there safely, my citizens, and they gotta get around the citizen a little bit there, and gotta give them some privacy, I'm gonna give them some space. And here's public is not just mine. It's not just mine. It's not just mine. My private place is mine, yours, ours, and it's mine, yours, ours, and it's all of us. So I always see, when I see people getting here and coming here to get a little bit of LOV and get a little bit of XYZ, and gotta get a little bit of XYZ. Gotta get a little bit out of the way, So here's a plantation zone, and I really gotta get that thirsty, and we gotta get hydrated, and get it in towards the sun, and I'm gonna get it on the XYZ, so it's okay for the lovers, and I gotta go circumvent me XYZ, and gotta go get XYZ circumvention, and it's hot, HOT, and gotta get it on the XYZ, and sometimes we gotta formulate a new law, sometimes from the old school, it takes the old school, sure. Takes the old school with the new school, and please, people, do not pollute. I love that you drink, have fun and eat. I love that you drink, have fun and eat, but this could kill a rabbit, could kill a squirrel, could kill, damage the flora and the fauna we try to preserve. Is it made in Canada? That's the question. Yes, not far. Saint-Hyacinthe, c'est bon. It's Quebec. Quebec, that's good. We got a lot of good stuff. See, this is Quebec. And I'm a Quebec, Canadian, North American who was born 3 times in the USA, twice served in the US. I was born a man. Different words, post 7076. I was born 3 times. That's 3. The number before 4, before 8. 4. So this is a good product from Quebec. So I got good products, but this, has to be, of course, recycled. Has to be recycled. So don't leave here this before, you know. Don't leave it there. Don't leave it here. Just recycle it, put it in the recycling, and put it in the recycling. And that's it. That's all rock and roll. Please, I gotta say please, because this is my second home. And see my fellow cousins there. Get a little bit of cousins. And we got a little bit of cousins. And that's what we gotta get to do, you know. So we gotta get on that XYZ. So, hey, that's what we gotta get it doing, man, you know. So we gotta do some of that LOV, you know. So it's always plantation. See, people doing the plantation here. That's a plantation zone. So those that got those ribbons, blue ribbons, you know, those are plantation zones. So we gotta refurbish here nature. So I gotta be mindful and thank them who planted here. Did a lot of work. So I gotta send them some rock and roll and thank you, you know. Thank you. Appreciation, gratitude is great for mental health, man. Try it out, gratitude, you know, because civilization is a privilege. My fellow citizen there, he's running, good for you. Encourage you all to work out, try and exercise. And you know me, just ask. If you want a massage, you want a hug, you want a kiss, just ask. Rainbow Dragon, I got that. I got rock and roll. I'm a geopolitical analyst and theorist, and see people loving, you know, it's liberty gotta be secured, and here I'm in public, so I always love when people see loving activities, fitness, joy, the joy of children, joy of all ages, the joy of nature here, you know. You got the joy of nature right here. Is the joy of nature, see? You got the joy of nature, you got civilization, and here the midst of the 2.5 million metropolis island, you got people at the island who are joyous and get the happiness and doing the activities. And although I'm financially stressed and was a bit moody, you know, I always saw somebody working out, training, and gives me a little bit of hope. I saw somebody kissing. I saw somebody, of course, sharing. I saw somebody doing those public works. Public workers across North America as I go on to Canada. Go Canada for those Olympics, and go Jasper. Just gotta tie my shoe again. Go Jasper, go, you know, because we got those wildfires. Got those wildfires, you know, so we got wildfires. We got wildfires. We got wildfires going on up in the west, and the acorns are falling from the sky. Acorns, man. Gotta be careful, get the acorn hit in the head. Watching, there's acorns falling here. Acorns falling. Yeah, acorns. Watch it, there's acorns falling, eh? Ça fait plaisir. C'est, comment ça s'appelle déjà, les petites... tu sais, les acorns qui tombent de la... Ça tombe d'en haut, des petites choses comme ça, là, fait que... Ils viennent tomber. Ouais, ces choses-là, juste que vous fassiez attention, pour que ça vous pointe l'œil ou quelque chose. T'sais. Non, ils sont petites. Je sais pas, je pense qu'il faut le laver avant, là, mais... non. Ah, mais peut-être un purée, genre... Peut-être. Peut-être, hein? Un purée, genre? Okay, so maybe a puree with this, you know? Maybe it could be crushed. See, you hear that?
Yeah.
So you gotta be real careful here, eh, guys?
All right.
Because when you hear cracks, keep in mind that sometimes the branches fall, and you got acorns falling. No, thank you. But maybe that acorn can be crushed and made into a puree.
That's dear, we don't want that.
So just be.
What are you doing with the computer here?
So I'm doing a vlog for Canadian team today, for Canada and for Jasper, for Alberta, for the firefighters. I'm doing some rock and roll for them. As you know, there's wildfires going on.
Yes.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a lot of meditation on their salvaging efforts, on what they're doing now, and I'm sending them some loving. And I wish I would be there. I'm there in spirit, you know, trying to salvage Jasper.
Yeah.
So let's go, Jasper, go. Yeah.
Well, so, we're from California. There's a lot of fighters there.
Cali, yeah, you guys are from Cali.
Yeah.
California, where down, California?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Jose, yeah.
I'm a 49er.
Oh, yay!
I'm a
We
49er.
have season tickets.
Empire. No.
since 1971.
Okay, well, I'm a
We saw
millennial.
the catch.
Did you see you saw Joe Montana?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jerry
Dwight
Rice and all
Clark,
that.
Jerry
Oh yeah,
Rice.
man, I'm a fanatic. I'm an empire. Go Purdy, go Mr. Irrelevant.
Exactly. He has been amazing.
3 points.
I know.
How did we lose to the Chiefs?
It was.
I should have been there on the sideline.
Should have been
C'était
there.
horrible.
You guys should have been cheerleading.
Oh, we were. Trust me.
3 points, man.
It was just we're like, what? And my husband and I went to the Miami Super Bowl in 2020, and that was horrible too. And those stupid
Garoppolo back then, though. Garoppolo.
Oh, yes.
Jimmy, hey, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Anyways, guys, I don't want to be rude, but I have Asperger's. So when you guys know what Asperger's is?
Yeah.
So when I'm working out, I'm really concentrated on my working out. So I'm just gonna
You go work out. You're
send
good.
you some love. And when are you guys taking me to
I
Cali?
have terrible anxiety, so I have to totally
We'll
exercise
take
all
your
the
spirit.
time.
We'll take it to the 49er games. You're
Yeah.
there.
Awesome.
You'll be there.
Yeah, but, I'm bisexual. So
Moi
playing in
aussi.
the NFL would have been probably a little bit more tricky. But now we have one,
I
right?
think there's a lot more.
Who
I
knows?
think there are. I mean, come on.
And by the way, who cares?
Come out, guys. Come out. Just be open about it.
Just be yourself.
It's the 21st century. But now we have one, though. Kal Nassib, right?
Exactly.
Who?
Kal Nassib.
I don't know that.
He's the only open LGBTQ player. He's the only open LGBTQ
know there's-
player.
Oh, what team is he on? Who's he play for?
Now he moved from the Raiders. He moved from
That's
the
right.
Raiders. He moved
That's
from the
right.
Raiders.
Okay.
So I don't think he's playing anymore. To be
Okay.
honest, I don't think he's gonna be playing this season.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you. You're amazing.
Love you, and
Thank you for
watch the.
warning us from the
And
trees branches.
one more thing before you guys go. Can you guys learn some French?
She knows
Je
French.
parle un peu.
Okay. Because we have a great Quebecer culture here. Eh?
Oui, j'adore la vie de Québec.
And one last thing before I go, I'm gonna let you guys know. Do you guys know that when you're here, when you use the electricity, you do not pollute at all.
Oh, it's
Vraiment?
all wind,
It's all wind and
Solaire aussi?
water.
water,
Bien
of course.
sûr.
Of course.
Hydro-Quebec. So guys, you can use the electricity.
Yes.
Mais pas dans Californie.
And think about that. You are utilizing zero polluting energy
This is
when you take your
incredible.
shower, when you put on the TV, when you plug your phone.
That's
J'adore.
awesome. Good to know.
It's called Hydro-Quebec.
I love it. All right.
Incroyable.
Love you guys and go 49ers.
Je t'aime aussi.
Empire! The Empire, man. A little bit of 49ers, And I always like to tell them about the Hydro-Quebec, because we need tourists, and we're going to switch to that French because we're not bad province, but I always like to tell them about Hydro-Quebec, So when they're here, they utilize zero pollution energy. But it's true, Hydro-Quebec, I'm doing this video with zero pollution energy, and they're 49er for California, and I gotta give them some good loving, because that's 49er, and I just gotta get that LOV to them and sending them some good loving, and I just sent them some good love, and I told them I'm bisexual, and they said so am I, and that's all, and it's I always like that, and got Asperger's, so I gotta let people know, that I have Asperger's, and I'm a 49er though, and that's my family there in California. Welcome to, always love when I see Californians and people coming here. I always like to talk about Hydro-Quebec, but it's true because we need to build more dams, but it's kind of funny and it isn't, because it's not funny in that sense, but it's funny true, And the funny truth is that, of course, the Hydro-Quebec, we do have, of course, the Hydro-Quebec is clean, real pollution, zero pollution energy. And, I gotta let them know that I don't want to be rude, but when I'm focused on my working out, training, exercising, I just go and I just work out like crazy. And this is my obsessive interest, and I like to go hydrate, and I like to see tourists, and that gives me a little bit of hope. Hey, California was born 3 times in the USA, So Love my family, Quebecers, Canadians, my family there, and we can reconcile in a centrist way, you know, we can reconcile in a centrist way, we can reconcile in a centrist way, and, you know, tough times now for North Americans, tough USA, I was there in 2 wars, you know, I served in 2 wars, post 70-76, after the US Army, I served post 70-76 twice, and once I was born as a woman, twice as a man, so... Here, when you go, you gotta watch it and see they're there doing some LOV, and I always like to come here and get a little bit of XYZ. Yeah. Nah. And I like to see couples, and you know, and I would have said, you know, I like BDSM, whatever, but. I'll be honest, I'm looking for friends with benefits only, looking for friends with benefits only, looking for friends with benefits only, you know, so I'm Rainbow Dragon, 50-50 androgynous, 50-50 androgynous, 50-50 androgynous, 50-50 androgynous, and you gotta get on that XYZ, so it's always loving, you know, we always love, and it's love, and I love my brothers and sisters from the USA, California. I was there in the past life, San Francisco, 49ers, and Sandy's got season tickets from 1971. Wow, so I'm a millennial. I was there in the past life. In 71, I was just coming out of the Vietnam War. In 71, we said I was just coming out of the Vietnam War. Actually, I served in the Vietnam War. In 71, I was kind of on my last tour. 71, 72. Kind of on my last tour. Last tour, I was like 25. I served for like 45 months. 45 months. It was kind of my last tour of Vietnam in 71. And kind of 71, 72. I think 71, 72 was the last one. So I was serving for the past months in the Vietnam War, So, and then, yeah, I served, and then I came back, and XYZ, you know, whatever the case, that was a past life, previous incarnation. So, anyways, I'm looking out for my fellow tourists because the acorns were falling, and I gotta let them know, you know, because the problem is that there's branches can fall if there's wind. So I let them hear if there's cracks for their safety, just to look up, because if there's cracks, to look up a bit, and gotta get it for the cracks, and get it for the cracks, and they don't look up, and that's what it is. They gotta look up and down, and you know, it's LOV, and that's what it is, man. You know, it's LOV, man. So I'm glad I got some love from my California sisters from California, and my sister said she's part of the LGBTQ. She's also bisexual. Actually, I'm like pansexual, and you know, I make LOV men and women, make LOV men and women, make a LOV men and women, and yeah, man. I just gotta go hydrate. Gotta go hydrate, and look at my brother's fit, man, and get that Cali, man. California 49. Oh yeah, nice in the sun, you know. Oh yeah. Here they got the river. Last time we went by the river, you know. I was a bit moody, but no, I'm less moody. I'm just financially stressed, but no, I wasn't gonna say that to my California sisters, you know. 'Cause I don't ask for money unless they don't probably know I do dancing and stuff, and whatever the case may be to dance, but I wish I could, you know. I mean, I'm open for business, 24/7, and geopolitics and dancing is my thing. Geopolitics and dancing is my thing. Geopolitics and dancing. You know, that's an Aspie makes me obsessed, you know. That's why I told them I have Asperger's as well, so I tend to be overly verbose, and you gotta be direct with Aspie, so they just gotta let me know to STS shut the fuck up, basically. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And I gotta be told like that and be direct with Aspies. You know, most Aspies. We don't play that much the offense. Offense get offended, but we might, but we're gonna say I'm offended. And, you know, we don't usually gossip and stuff. Gossip is Asperger's is a bit different, you know. It's we see the world differently, you know. We just like me, I'm gonna play that defense, you know. I'm gonna play that defense, drag and go, bosa, kiddo, give some charity and triple the cheerleader salaries, and I always love when I see people from California and from all over the states coming here. Their LOV gotta put this away there. See, this is where it goes. You got a lot of recycling. Gotta go hydrate and I gotta get a little bit of loving, man, and they got a bit of love and, you know, beautiful people and elderly and who knows the relationship we had in past lives. And I believe in that mystic. I'm a mystic. Like, spiritual beliefs are a bit weird, and the sun is my Pope the King. I believe in the goddess. I do want to build the forgotten goddess temple, and I'm always excited when I come here. I feel good. To get the girl. Feel good to get the hydration. I'm gonna salute. You know, the workers who build underneath, you know, the hydration. So much hydration to get it right here on the mountain, To get the hydration for me to hydrate here on the mountain, you know, it's to get the underneath the construction cables, all those pipes in the 20th century laid by the public workers. Salute the public workers, go public workers, go. Gonna meditate all underneath how we took all the work to get it inside for me to have clean renewable water here underneath, man. Imagine 20th century. And I'm a weirdo. With Asperger's, I am weird socially, you know? That's why I let people know. And if they don't know what Asperger's is, I let them know that they have to tell me to drop or change the subject, because if I would have discussed geopolitics, I would have not stopped. If I would have started discussing geopolitics, I would not stop. And of course, repeating things. If we tend to repeat things twice, or say what the other person says, talk over other people. So those are the symptoms. I gotta work on my symptoms because there's no medication for Asperger's, but people just gotta let me know, and you can say whatever you want. Just don't try to like commit violence or physically like harm me, because I'm gonna play that defense, and I'm gonna hut, stiff arm, hut, stiff arm, stiff arm, you know? Gonna play that D, that's for sure. Like I'm defending Purdy in the Super Bowl, you know. So Alrighty, we're gonna go again. Let's go again, you know. Gonna go again, man. Go in the woods. Say my gratitude. We're gonna discuss the DRT. Oh, pardon. Gotta watch it here because you know somebody might back up, you know. So gotta get it on the rock and roll, man. Anyways, so we're gonna get on the drill and I'm gonna go right straight like this. Chuck, 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 you know. There's black clouds there. It's so black it is. It's like black, dark gray, but almost like storm, but I don't know if it's gonna be stormy. Anyways, gonna get for that XYZ and please recycle if you can be recycling like that big paper. That should have been recycling. You know, so anyways. Gonna go inside, gonna discuss the DRT and gonna get it for the rock and roll, man. Yeah. Couples, man, give me hope. Anyways, the DRT debt refusion theory, the DRT debt refusion theory, the DRT debt refusion theory stands, of course, the DRT. I gotta say that this is the only solution at this moment in time, and called the DRT. And what is the DRT? So that is, the DRT stands for debt refusion theory. It also includes monetary integration theory. See, the Crows approves, the Crow pledge your allegiance, legions, the art families, the rock and roll song, North Americans unite 24/7, and support the DRT. The DRT theory, the Crows endorse it, they know my secrets. I like that BDSM switch. Support the DRT is the best. The only solution, my brothers and sisters, as we are now, please do not pollute. I don't mind y'all smoking and drinking, but this has to be recycled anyways. The DRT stands for debt refusion theory. It also includes monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly what was done in the European Union. So the Europeans got rid of their all currencies and they created a common currencies. Right? So that common currency is of course called the euro. So the Germans got rid of the Deutschmark and what have you. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark, the Italians got rid of the lira, and of course, many countries adopted a single currency called the euro. So my DRT, debt refusion theory, includes monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory. So monetary integration theory is exactly what was done in the European Union. So the Europeans, of course, they got rid of their old currencies. And of course, they created a common currency. Right? So that common currency is called, of course, the euro. You know, so the euro. So now we're gonna create the same one. We're gonna create the DRT, and of course the DRT, and of course the debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE. The Europeans created the currency, of course, the currency which they created. So we're gonna check out a little bit here, a little bit here of this, and we're gonna check it out a little bit of here's, and gonna get it on the XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. So here, of course, you can check out the flora, fauna, and you can check out the moisture. See, we got moisture. Anyways, and I got a little bit on the left, on the right. You can see a little bit of mushrooms. And see that one plastic there? Don't leave stuff like that, because of course we need to clear that out. Because we got the flora and the fauna here, the flora and the fauna, the flora and the fauna here, and you gotta get the flora and the fauna, the flora and the fauna on the check, you know. So that's what we're gonna need to be doing. You know, and we gotta need to be doing, and you gotta get things done. So the DRT stands for debt refusion theory. It is, of course, the only solution which can save us where we are now. And we're just gonna whiff a little bit here and go underneath and go up at the top, because up the top now it's gonna start a little bit of storm. So you're gonna have to be careful with the storm. We're gonna have to not ruin the laptop. So we're gonna have to go all the way up now to work out underneath, you know, because of course we get, of course, the XYZ. So it's gonna be a stormy day, maybe. It started now, you see? Gotta get it on the X, on the Y, on the Z, and gotta get it on the storm. See, we get black clouds. So it's better to get from the black clouds and move where we got a little bit of protection. So where we got a little bit of protection is, of course, there and there and there. So we got protective where we can go further, more inside, as we're gonna be discussing the DRT. So as we go up now to the mountain, we're gonna be discussing the DRT. So the debt refusion theory is, of course, my theory for the creation of the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. So we're gonna get it on the XYZ, and we're gonna get it for the implementation of the DRT. So the debt refusion theory stands for taking all the public and the private debt. So we're gonna take my 10,500, yours 10,500, your 10,500, mine, ours, yours, my 10,500, yours. But I don't know how much you have, but coast to coast, all Canadians, all the public and the private debt. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, right? So all the public and the private debt. So my 10,500, yours, and I think I gotta speed it up a little bit now. Gotta get a little bit of XYZ, and before the storm hits. So we're gonna go all the way to the TLP, and we're gonna get it on the XYZ, and before we start, of course, pouring here. So we're gonna race against the clock, I guess. So we start a little bit of hydration, a little bit of a hydration, you know. It's gonna go up. Gonna go up now, see? Yeah. Gonna get out, up now. Up. So, oh yeah. Round 2 coming.